PBA Tour comes to the Chicagoland area for a televised event. And one event we've got with the Illinois Classic on the line. The first of 4 straight weekends of state classics. Marshall Kent, the top seed, a 5-time PBA Tour champion. We've got some new faces as well. And one familiar one, yeah, the reigning player of the year is included, the 5th seed, E.J. Tackett. So, here's the stepladder now, RP. E.J. Tackett has run through the ladder as a 5 seed one time in his career. 2017 Japan Invitational, the first event of the PBA Tour season. What do you make of this opener with Peters?
Well, I think all 5 players are in play tonight because of the old pattern. And the old pattern is very favorable for big strikes and big scores.
We welcome those of you who just watched St. John's and Marquette on FS1. This is the PBA Illinois Classic. Jake Peters gets it started with a strike, the very first shot of our Saturday night.
With 21 PBA Tour titles, he bowls out of Easy Bowl in Bluffton, Indiana. Number 5 seed, E.J. Tackett.
You're familiar with that name. Those of you just joining us, John Fanta, Randy Peterson, Kimberly Pressler with you. Yes, E.J. Tackett is actually the 5 seed in the PBA Illinois Classic. He matched up with Jake Peters in the round of 8. Peters took it 4 games to 3. Now this game 8 as Tackett called it. 18 games to qualify, and then a set of 3 straight rounds of elimination, 7-game elimination matchups.
Great to be back in Chicagoland. Oh my goodness.
Whoa. What happened here?
Well, he got it inside a target and it went right through the nose, and he pays for it. And this is about the biggest split you can leave. 4 count through the middle for E.J. Tackett. That's a big opening if he doesn't convert.
Almost did. But a challenging start for the reigning PBA Player of the Year.
I think the only time getting 4 through the middle is worse is when you're working on a string of strikes, because you lose a lot of count. But yeah, 4 count through the middle. He said he loves this oil pattern. And you can see the soft hand and the soft speed is making his ball reaction look pretty good early on. Averaged a minimum of 30 pins a game higher than they did at last week's U.S. Open.
Jake Peters is 34 years old. 1 PBA Tour title, the Lucas Oil Badger Open 11 years ago. Oh, he hesitated there, and he knows he's fortunate.
The 4 standing.
He said this week, he's telling himself, why not me?
Yeah, you know where he got that advice from? The great Norm Duke.
Yeah. So can he recover from a tough start?
Hit it. Don't be afraid to hit it, EJ. Gosh.
And what he means by that is go ahead and catch it at the bottom to make the ball
hit it,
come up the hill. This game 1, he said, well, it's not all that terrible.
Cleans it up there. The bicep injury happened on Wednesday. Again, Tackett was in the round of 8 for this event. The 4 winners and the next best scorer field this 5-man step ladder. Here's how he got here. Despite losing to Jake Peters, he did outscore Peters 1,770 to 1,634 in the 7-game matchup, but Peters was able to win 4-3. So Tackett said, hey, it's not the best 2 words in sports. Game 7 for me tonight in Chicago, it's game 8.
Yeah, and if Marshall Kent doesn't beat Rash, EJ's not on the telecast.
Wild. There's a strike.
Yeah, good one there for EJ.
4th place finisher of the United States Open last week. And for Jake Peters, he's feeling good on a Saturday night. That is awesome.
He likes that one.
As he should. Playing hooky from daycare worked.
Yeah, I never liked daycare either. Oh, wait, they didn't have daycare when I was that young.
And they wouldn't have admitted you.
Oh my goodness.
Boy.
So remember the shot prior on that right lane. He said, come on, EJ, catch it, catch it. This time he catches it, goes through the face.
Laid there on the lane, I thought it wouldn't, and then didn't lay there on the lane, and I thought it would.
Television, that was by Walter Ray Williams Jr.
Frustration for the reigning PBA Player of the Year. And a tough spot for him to be in against Peters.
And it's much easier to get your swing loose.
He needs one here. The biggest of ways. And gets it. Tackett and Peters in our opening battle on the stepladder in the Illinois Classic. A reminder for the...
What a match between those two. For 7 games, they went at it.
The fact that the 3 men left out from the round of 8, Sean Rash,
Yeah.
Jason Belmonte, and Tom Doherty.
Yeah. Yeah, all major champions.
Wow. Jake Peters trying to win a PBA Tour event for the first time in 11 years, and he's hot. Put on special white band, helped him get right, and now he's feeling good again. But this is his biggest test yet after 5 strikes in 6 frames. We'll learn in a moment.
Nice coverage. First time he's left it all week. First time he's made it all week. And we get those great stats from our good friends over at Lane Talk.
Hard work paying off for this guy. He just put it in. Still living in Las Vegas. Tackett answers.
Yeah, but you see the max scores right there. 255 for Peters, 219 for Tackett.
Each time you're stepping up here to be able to advance, and he can't get there. Doing all he can.
You know, honestly, he's got to be exhausted after last week and then this week. Tough to do. Oh my God. What was that?
10 fell.
Comes in light and leaves a shaker 8-10. 10 goes down late. Watch this. This is kind of goofy.
Yes. So Peters took a timeout. What'd you make of that conversation?
Yeah, so I mean, you know, that's his tour rep, Dino Castillo, PBA champion. You're just, you know, trying to reassure him that, yeah, you're doing the right thing. Stay with that same bowling ball. And after this shot, I'm going to explain that timeout and the new shot clock rule that we have.
Jake, one of the good guys on tour, as you see there. Sportsmanship Award winner twice. Trying to advance.
Yeah,
and there it is.
Yeah, good one. So let's talk about the new shot clock violation. You know, it used to be where it was just fines for players. And players would say, hey, you know what? It's just a couple of bucks. I'm just going to pay the fines. Well, now it's different. So players have 25 seconds from the time they touch the ball to begin their delivery. The first violation will be a warning. The second and further violations will be called a foul and marked as 0. So way more penal. The players are allowed, however, a 15-second timeout per game. That's what Jake Peters just took.
EJ has found momentum here late, but looks like too little too late.
You know, the PBA sets the standards in the sport, right? I mean, we're at the peak of the pyramid. And bowling on all levels, in my opinion, has gotten way too slow.
Point. It's a penalty.
And keep in mind, there is a shot clock on the big scoreboard down lane the players can see.
That kind of Saturday evening for EJ Tackett after a strong showing at the U.S. Open, a 4th place finish. Obviously not his standard.
EJ needs some rest. He needs a couple of days off. With him and Natalie and their newborn.
So for EJ, with a strike there and a handshake, good sport. He and Peters went at it in the round of 8. Jake Peters is moving on to meet A.J. Johnson. that he just feels great about himself right now. What do you see in his game?
Oh, yeah, I mean, you know, winning breeds confidence, right?
Yeah,
and anytime you can
I'm going to finish first.
kind of get that monkey off of your back to capture
I'll
that
finish
first
first.
title, it's obviously going to make you feel really good about yourself.
Just trying to make him think.
He's got some fans here for him
Trying to make him
tonight
think. Which way is it?
because he's from Oswego, just 50
He,
miles
stopped and,
southwest.
thought for a second.
Jake Peters keeps rolling. Boy Classic crown, looking for the second title of his career. Not the way you want to start.
He looks nervous, and rightly so. I mean, he's got so many friends and family here,
Your hand
and
underneath
I've been in
your
that
hand.
situation before. It's tough. And that opening shot, you know, I heard him during the break saying, man, I can't believe how tight the lanes are. Cut the head pin over into cut the head pin over into the 10.
Leaves that 10. AJ. And a tough start for the hometown kid. He talked with you earlier about keeping the same break point, but he talked about a steeper angle.
Yeah, only when they started to hook enough, way in, and really get steep and create a lot of angle.
A spare.
And the big thing with AJ right now is he needs to work on keeping his push away in front of his body, because that keeps his swing out away from him so he can tuck it on the way down. Talking about AJ and his tempo. Trying to keep his tempo down, keep it slow. Easier said than done, especially when you have all your family watching. That's got to get up. That's incredible that it made it all the way back from there, but that is the difference in ball speed.
Trying to win for the first time in 11 years. 34 years of age, cleans it up there. Peters coming off a win over EJ Tackett. And strikes.
Hello.
That's a why not us.
Well, you look at the ball speed as well, just under 17 miles an hour. We're used to seeing guys 19, 20.
Oh,
Wow.
and AJ Johnson frustrated.
That's got to catch.
He said with this Don Carter oil pattern, you could actually get your ball through the front part of the lane this week. Only a difference from last week was 4.
Good cover. Yeah, no, there's no comparison between this week and last week. Remember, last week there was 4 different oil patterns. Push the ball in front of that right shoulder, keeps the swing snout away from him so he can tuck it in the downswing. Hates it.
Well, didn't have to hate it too badly.
Hates it, and it struck. And I think it's got a better chance of doing that on the left lane than it does on the right lane.
Back to Peters, who's found his mojo. Oh, it hung. The 7. PBA Northwest Region Player of the Year. 18th at the US Open. Spare. And he went to a bowling alley. The age of 2, he's been striking since then, and he strikes here. That level of access live is unbelievable.
It's good stuff.
It really is.
There's the ball change. Venom shock, both lanes now.
Can he find a rhythm? That's venomous. Bingo. So, off a strike. Back-to-back jacks for Johnson. How about a 3-bagger?
Uh-oh, somebody's getting comfy.
And Chicago feels the breeze. S1. Sean Lavery spars our 2 seed. Marshall Kent, the top seed, a 5-time PBA Tour champion. Peters hasn't won in 11 years. But tonight could be his night. He keeps saying, why not me? Yeah, I haven't won in 11 years. but this could be my week. Such a well-liked guy on the tour, two-time sportsmanship award winner.
Got a hook.
And
A little late, a little soft. And it's just that 10-pin standing for Jake Peters.
9 PBA Tour titles, 28 majors. Entering tonight, 28 combined titles, 21 of which come from Tackett, who's out. Meaning whoever wins this, Randy, it's going to mean a lot.
Resurrect his career. Telling shot right here.
Johnson! Call it deep dish! But he's found a solution. Henderson, Nevada native. Home center, though, in Utah. Peters, the 10, again. Cleans it up. Keep saying, why not him this week? He needs this. Boom!
Huge break. You can see he really got after that one because you leave a couple of flat 10s and the instinctive move is to make sure you catch it at the bottom, and Jakey does just that. But what a nice break and trip in the 4-pin. Watch this. Hey, 4-pin, get out of my face.
From the time they touch their ball to begin their delivery. The second and further violations are called fouls and marked as 0. Johnson! Welcome home, AJ! Strike here and he'll just need pins. AJ Johnson! The 10 remains.
Big miss week and tonight. But you still have to make good shots. I mean, if you do, you have room. If you don't, well, we just saw what happened. But fortunately enough for A.J. Johnson, he covers the 10-pin and just a few pins away from advancing.
A.J. Johnson with a hometown crowd behind him. He's rolling on. Mr. Johnson,
Great ball all week.
you're enjoying your house.
That's all we needed.
And this house party will continue deeper into the Chicago night. He's the most experienced on this stage. Let's meet Sean Lavery-Spar.
Looking for his first PBA Tour title, rolling out of AMF lanes in Louisville, Texas, number 2 seed Sean Lavery-Spar.
He told us earlier today that he just loved the head-to-head format.
Yeah, he likes the bracket format. Obviously, I mean, he made it this far, qualified second.
And he is, of course, a twin. Anthony is twin brother on the tour. Well, the 10, that helped. Our crew almost brought Anthony over for our pre-finals interview to see if we would notice. Look at Uh-oh.
And I think that's just adrenaline early on for Sean. He just needs to get his feet up underneath him and take a deep breath. Venom shock on both lanes for AJ thus far.
The hometown man. He is hot in Chicago. AJ defeating Tom Doherty 4-0 in the round of 8. And it's just kept it going here with a hometown faithful behind him and a smile. And his nephew is right behind him. Now Sean Lavery-Spar, just his second all-time TV appearance. Last one came 5 years ago. An answer from the 33-year-old.
Standing right next to the bar return is Sean. Just right a second arrow. This one gets up the hill. He's got great wrist and great hand action at the bottom.
He's never won a PBA Tour title.
Goes light, first frame on that left lane, 2-8, misses it, and then comes back and goes high. Never a good combination.
As you see, both collegiately at McKendree University. First team All-American there. Named Collegiate Most Valuable Player. Won the 2013 Junior Gold Championships. That wasn't what AJ's been doing over the last half hour.
Big mistake. You can see how far right that one was, and he pays for it, 2-8-10.
Oh!
Yeah, it's just big,
from over there.
a mistake, a bad frame. Not only does he leave the split, he loses count.
In the Players' Championship earlier this year. It's that collegiate amateur. Oh, AJ, 2015 amateur, and there it is. Some more hometown cooking for the Chicago area man. So can Lavery Spar settle in now after a couple of tough frames? That's more like it for Sean Lavery Spar. 21 into 2022 with COVID for weeks, battling it. And when you stare that in the face, he says now he takes so much more enjoyment in this sport. It gave him a brand new perspective on life. Game on. In Mount Prospect, Illinois. AJ is from Oswego. And AJ would like to do his hometown proud tonight. Found something in his swing. He's gotten that swing a little easier. As you said, this left has been smooth sailing for him.
Make that mistake no more. No more mistakes.
Step number 3 of the PBA Tour season. Sean Lavery Spar. He's never won on the PBA Tour. That's big time.
Boom. Let's go down to the floor and Sean's tour rep, Brett Spangler. Brett, what type of advice or what kind of advice did you give Sean during the break? Left of left.
It's fucking awful, man. Awful, awful, awful.
Barely covered it, but he covered it.
Southwest of here. But once he got past that, he felt like he could do it.
Yeah, you got to make better shots. Skinny jeans right there.
Can't relate. Johnny Petraglia is just a great human being.
So is John Laspina.
There it is.
Now we're talking. You know what that was? That was A.J. Johnson's favorite pastry.
And he's a 13-year pro. Mr. Lavery Spar. Boom. That's big.
There you go. Now take a look at these numbers.
I'm looking. 15 years. It's been too long since we enjoyed some Gibsons. The 10. A battle with COVID. He fought it off. Taking great enjoyment in his passion now with his twin brother, Anthony.
Can all but close it out right here.
A.J. Johnson leaves 3, 6,
In here,
10.
Randy.
Look out.
Really?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Not over yet.
No, it's not.
Max scored 208 for A.J. Johnson. He gets to finish on his good lane in the left lane.
He is a Chicagoland native. Big time! And now let's go from mother-to-be.
Can I please have a re-rack?
His girlfriend, Allie, she's due in 4 weeks, a baby boy. Hello, AJ! This could be your time.
That might be the biggest trip forward in his career thus far. Guess he trips a couple in the title match because it looks like that's where he's headed.
Just needs 5. A.J. Johnson will meet Marshall Kent for the Illinois Classic title.
Great bowling, brother. Great bowling this whole week. You're going to be back here.
Lucky number 3 seed, maybe. Chicago. They're all about breaking through curses. But Marshall Kent, with a smirk on his face, is waiting. Illinois Classic final next. In the advancement matches, he was down 3-2 after leading 2-0. Came back and won. Now he meets the 3 seed, the Chicagoland man, A.J. Johnson, who is seeking his 2nd PBA Tour title. There would be none sweeter than this one. It would be the first in the States, and he's got a son 4 weeks from arriving. What a time in this man's life. The 10.
Shot.
So starting lane position goes to Marshall Kent. He chooses to start on the right lane.
With 5 PBA Tour titles, he rolls out of Nob Hill Bowl in Yakima, Washington. Number 1 seed, Marshall Kent.
No, he's not out of Nob Hill Bowl, out of Yakima anymore. He's, I think, it's Holly Lanes.
Correct.
Right?
Made the move
Holly, Michigan?
to Michigan. He's refocused. He put in more work ahead of the season than he ever has.
Same center as Andrew Anderson. Andrew actually hooked him up.
Deep and steep is his mindset, and that's how you set the tone.
Chris Barnes on a brutal oil pattern that day.
His best buddy, E.J. Tackett. He was in E.J.'s wedding.
But like you said, he's rededicated. He's working at his craft. He's always been a gym rat.
The mental element of it. Now here's Johnson off the spare. Right lane continues to be the bugaboo.
There's the hang spot on the right lane. And I think Marshall Kent has an advantage on that right lane. And I say that because I think he can really knock the snot out of it at the bottom of the swing and really get it to pick up, roll end over end, get it real heavy.
Johnson needs to respond. Left has been better for him. The number 1 seed living up to the billing. Hey, some history here, because the first time PBA bowler ever appeared on Fox and won, his name is Marshall Kent. December 2018. The PBA Clash, the Kegel Training Center in Lake Wales, Florida. Marshall defeated Don Barrett 218-250 to take home the $25,000 winner-take-all top prize. So some history on Fox Sports.
Last time up on this lane, a little bit high, leaving the 4-7. That's got to get up. Oh, it did. Nope, that's not a 7-10. That one's in the gutter.
He's very real.
Awesome, dude.
Johnson.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
And that's a great shot. So it's exactly what we've been talking about, right? He got softer. He really laid into that one, and the ball had a chance to come up the hill. Looked at the ball speed at 17.5 right there.
39-footer. See, he finished 4th in the Cheetah Championship last year. He was 23rd on the PBA points list. Storm Lucky Larson Masters winner last July. A.J.
Come on, man.
Yeah, that's a fair emotion there with the 4. 4. All right.
Hey, just watch that 1 foot when I come back. Sorry, buddy. You're good.
The man who moved to Michigan and refound his love. He said, I took a lot for granted before in my career. and some early success. I needed to reestablish the love for the game. Three and 6.
And a miss left. This one really dug in on Marshall Kent. If you take a look at some of the averages from last week to this week, right? Marshall Kent, as Marshall takes a timeout.
Well, it was left. It was left. Maybe you should cheat left more.
He said if he could win this, it would mean, in his words, I'm back. Kent!
Great shot.
A strike. Back to Johnson, who's been in the spotlight before. Has handled it well near his hometown. And got some fortune there. On this right lane, which that's caused more challenges than left.
Can I please have a re-rec?
Sean Lavery Spark to get here. Eyeing his second career PBA Tour title, but the first in the States.
Hasn't. It's gone high every time on this lane. Come on, just give me a chance. Give me a chance.
Okay.
Yeah, another miss left and a little grab, it looked like.
Oh! A.J. Johnson's going to get that chance. Whoa.
Not a good time for that.
Right. Just got to put your...
Chops the 3 right off the 6.
You can feel the tension in here, folks. He strikes. That's clutch.
Last 2 shots on the left lane, both strikes for Marshall Kent. He gets to finish the game on that lane.
With a baby boy on the way in 4 weeks, he said it worked out in the PBA Tour schedule. He said maybe it's fate. Maybe it's my time. Maybe near home. This could be it for him.
Come on.
Yeah, that's...
How is it not hook?
How does it not hook there?
Speed.
Speed?
Wow, what happened to this lane?
What happened?
His ball speed went from 17.3 to 17.5 to 17.7. The 17.3 struck. That was the one in the 4th frame.
Oh! A.J. Johnson! Chicago clutch!
Well, when he needed it most, his best shot of the game is this.
On the PBA Tour, stop number 3 on our season. A.J. Johnson.
Hates it.
Didn't need to! Loves in the air, Randy!
That's the 2nd time on that lane where he turned his back on it and the ball came ripping back.
That one got there.
Oh, yeah, it did. He needed that strike to get himself back in the 8th after the mistake.
If he doesn't strike here, he can lose.
Boy.
Great shot there. Now, he sets himself up for the win.
Back-to-back jacks. All Johnson can do is watch.
And all Marshall Kent needs is a strike and good count here in the 10th frame. He is now in position to win his 6th title and the first one in 7 years.
That's right. Hasn't won as a single since 2017. Just one televised PBA Tour title. Marshall Kent. Does hard work pay off? Yes, it does!
All right, needs count. He needs good count. 8 on the first ball, it's over. Excuse me, 8 on this next ball, and it's over.
He regained it. He found it again. And now, he can find a trophy. Marshall Kent! A regained life! And a champion in Illinois! That's right! The satisfying moment of the match is sponsored by Snickers. Nothing satisfies like a Snickers.
You earned this.
Yes, you did, my friend. You earned it.
That's the emotion of a man who was experiencing rock bottom in this sport. And now is able to take some hard work back home.
That's why you put the work in. Exactly what he's done. And once again, he's a PBA champion.
First time in 7 years he has this feeling.
First time a singles event. Doubles with EJ Tackett in 2022, but you know what? He really wanted this, and he worked his butt off to get there.